Hello from the Dukascopy TV studio in Geneva. We're talking about the low oil price and its impact on the shipping rates with Richard Watts from HR Maritime. Welcome to the studio, Richard.
Thank you.
So oil prices are at a quite low level right now. How is it affecting the shipping markets?
Well, as we've discussed in the past, the shipping markets are absolutely huge. I mean, there are many different aspects to it. But if we look at three main aspects, then we can say, first of all, oil is transported on tankers. And so the demand for tankers is seeing a shift at the moment. Second of all, the prices of oil has an effect on world economy. And the world economy is powered by trade, and the trade is transported on ships. And also we use oil to fuel the vessels that we're talking about. It's important just to talk about the actual oil price itself. I mean, the oil price has dropped significantly, and we can see on the graph that just how much of a drop we've seen. Now, there's a lot of discussion at the moment. There was a conference here in Geneva last week with Marine Money, where they were talking about where the oil price is going to go. And so they had a panel with a couple of people on it, and one person was saying that he thought the oil price was going to continue to drop. One person saying he thought the oil price was going to stay the same because you have a lot of capacity in America that can come in and move out very quickly, depending on the prices. And somebody else saying that the prices were going to go up. And so the one thing that we can agree on is that nobody knows what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. So oil is also transported on tankers. What are we seeing in this tanker freight markets?
Well, we're seeing a reduction with this reduction in oil prices, we're seeing that there's more demand for oil, and so the rates for tankers are increasing at the moment. If we look at the rates over the last couple of years, we can see, first of all, we have the oil tanker industry is split into the clean and the dirty sector. So the clean is the refined petroleum products, and the dirty is the crude. And so, clean being in blue, we can see that the rates have been creeping up, and they are reaching relatively high levels over the last couple of years. But at the same time, the changes in the oil price, they have so many different impacts on the tanker rates. If you look at how much it costs to actually transport the goods, if you look at how much it costs to put together the whole cargo of oil, it's much less to put together the whole cargo. So we're seeing the prices are going up at the moment, the rates are going up at the moment, and there's quite high demand for oil tankers at the moment. There's also a demand for storing oil on the oil tankers, because there's the idea that the prices are going to go up in the future, and so if you store it, then you can sell it later. But if we also look at the dry sector, then dry shipping rates are at historic lows, as we were talking before, and there's no particular reason why this is going to change anytime soon, because we have a lot of vessels still coming into the market, and so there's just massive oversupply at the moment.
So actually, what is the effect of oil prices on the world economy and global trade?
Well, as we would expect, the low oil prices at the moment are having creating a boost in the trade, in economy, and the vast majority of world trade is transported by ships. And so we see this increase in the world economy, the increase in growth is having an effect on shipping, and it is providing much needed demand, but this is still being overshadowed by this tremendous oversupply of shipping on the dry side. And so we have on one side pulling up, on the other side pulling down, and so we don't find that much of a net increase.
Finally, let's also have a look for the use of oil for ships. So what impact does it have, the low oil price right now?
Well, nearly all ships sailing around the world are using intermediate fuel oil as their main fuel for the vessel. And so if you take a typical 40,000 ton bulk carrier, it's using about 25 tons of fuel per day. And so as we see the prices of the oil is decreasing, then obviously this bunker prices, the fuel prices are decreasing as well. And so if we look at the decreases that we've seen just over the last year or so, the prices have gone down significantly. I mean, these are the prices shown in Gibraltar, and they've gone from about $600 a tonne down to about $350 a tonne. So if we're looking at our 40,000 tonne bulk carrier using 25 tons of fuel per day, then this has gone from a daily cost of about $15,000 to a daily cost of about $8,750. And so this is a huge reduction in the overall cost of the voyage. And if we looked maybe a year or a year and a half ago, the fuel was about 70% of the total cost of any voyage, whereas now we're down at about 45 to 50%. And so the cost to ship owners of performing the voyage is reducing, and so we're seeing this as being a knock-on effect in the freight rates, and this is also a reason why the freight rates are low at the moment.
Thank you very much, Richard Watts, for being here today from HR Maritime.
Thank you very much.
And thanks for watching. Do make sure to keep clicking back on the Dukascopy TV website for latest updates and exclusive interviews. Have a good day and see you next time.